Hello and welcome to Guidepost, a time for solitude, a time for contemplation, a time for finding our true self within ourselves, a time for leaving the distractions aside and just focusing in what is important to us. I am Jorge Luis Sarmiento. In this program today, we are going to talk about the spring equinox. This is March 2023, and I think that is very appropriate to talk about the spring equinox. So it's usually a celebration, and here in the US we have the Eastern egg hunt, and every single culture has different type of celebrations for the coming of spring. It is symbolic, is where the water is coming in again from the snow peaks, and during the winter the water was held in snow form or in ice form or up in the mountains. And now comes spring. It's the beginning of spring, and it's the equinox, where the means equal duration of the day and night, and it's the time when the sun is at the equator. So it's a change of seasons. So let's explore in a poetic way what this change of seasons means. So the spring equinox has been marked by celebrations. Every single culture has some type of celebration around it. And it's the coming of, let's say, clear water. It's the coming of crystal clear water that is going to bathe the fields. And once the fields are bathed, then the flowers come up. So the spring equinox 2023, quite an interesting day to observe. So let's explore more. The water that was held on ice, on snow form, is crystal clear water that is beginning to melt and is beginning to come to us. Let's say, for this parallel, let's say that crystal water is our soul, our divinity, our essence, our true self, our higher self, our wider self. Let's say that it is God, that it is the universe, that it is the beauty and grace of that one source that is coming down, is bathing us. As it comes down and is bathing us, that beautiful clear water is going to allow us to flower. Now, as we flower up, we begin to shine our beautiful true colors, our grace, our inner gifts. And here is where it gets interesting, because what is flowering with that beautiful water of our soul, of our divinity, of our essence, of our true self, what is flowering is me, or you, or him, or her, that true person. Not the one that society wants, not the one that commerce wants, not the one that social media wants us to be. That's not what is flowering up. What is flowering up is your true self. And is a beautiful true self. It is the true you. That is what is coming up. And many times we confuse our divinity, our essence, our grace, our that big thing that we are. We confuse it with what society wants. We confuse it with, I want that car, and then if I have that car, I'll be something else. I want that house, and then once I have that house, I'll be something else. I am not saying that having the car is bad or having the house is bad. No, 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 no. Having a good car is good, is wonderful. Having a good house, you deserve it. But that's not the only thing that you are. That's not what defines you. You are far more than that. Welcome that car. Welcome that house. Welcome that partner. But you are still far more than that. You are creativity. You are dance. You are beauty. You are grace. You are color. You are rhythm. You are laughter. You are health. You are vitality. You are also simplicity, creativity. You are all those things. And you can begin to appreciate more and more and more of what your true self is. With the coming of the spring equinox, this year there is a particular issue. As you explore what is happening up in the stars, we see that there is more energy, there is more alignment, there is more things coming to us. There was the passing of a comet, the green comet, a few weeks ago. So we have a feeling that the skies are partnering with us, that possibilities are opening, that this source of pure crystal water is coming into all of us. And it is not a coincidence that that crystalline water, that crystal water that is coming from the rivers and from the peaks that were held up in the mountains is a crystalline water, because that crystalline water means your crystal nature. Crystal, Christ consciousness, your crystal true self is coming to you. Welcome it, accept it, embrace it, invite it, allow it to come to you. It's not going to be what people out there are expecting. It's not going to be a fancy watch. It's not going to be a fancy car. It's not going to be a fancy shirt. That's not what crystal energy is. Crystal energy is a sense of peace within. It's a sense of clarity within you. It's a sense of, okay, my life journey is changing now. It's taking me sideways, upways, downways, God knows how. But there is a energy, something that carries us. Call it hope, call it faith, call it grace, call it coincidences, call it whatever you want, but accept it as a beautiful, beautiful gift of purity, of crystalline purity. That crystal water that comes from the peaks up in the mountain is crystal, is pure, is clear, is your soul, is your divinity, is your essence. No, it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a bigger car. I thought it would be a bigger house. I thought it would be 10 ski trips that I want to make this year because I love skiing. Not that I am good. I didn't say that. But it might be that opportunity for you to embrace that soul, to embrace that spirit, to embrace that light, to embrace that beautiful thing that you are and you've been wishing for. So what happens when more and more light comes to us? Well, we are not only inviting that light in a metaphoric way, we are exploring that light in more scientific ways. The Hubble telescope, and I am apparently changing subjects, but the Hubble telescope has been in the space for more than 20 years, and it has sent beautiful images of the space that made us wonder if we are truly alone. We are discovering that our galaxy and the galaxies around are so beautiful, so big, so diverse, and the energy moves in such different and interesting ways. But after the Hubble telescope, which is around 239,000 miles away from Earth, after the Hubble telescope, we sent the Webb telescope. The Webb telescope is farther than the moon. It's almost 3 times as far as the moon is. So our eyes that we sent out to explore the sky, our eyes now are farther than the moon. The Webb telescope is now 2 or 3 times farther than the moon is. That is exploring the sky, is exploring the cosmos, and is discovering more and more and more things. More energy, more beauty, more grace, more diversity. So it is not only the metaphoric ceremonies that we had around the spring equinox, where through those celebrations we were calling in, inviting in grace, dance, beauty, family. It's not only those celebrations that were happening, it's also the actual scientific discoveries that we are sending out to explore the sky, to explore the cosmos. So let's say that there is a kissing of energies, where we are sending out these telescopes to explore the cosmos, but at the same time there is energy coming in to meet with our desire, with our curiosity. And what it is going to bring is, of course, change. Easier energy, easier flow, easier divinity, more connection with our true self will bring change. And we can see it already. We can sense that. It is unbelievable how much the world has changed in the last 30 years. It is just unbelievable. And every person measures change in a different way. I'm going to share with you how I measure change. And it's beautiful, it's great, it's wonderful. Many years ago, I used to work as a sales manager for a technical company. And of course, because I speak Spanish, my title was Sales Manager for Latin America. And I had to take my samples and my suitcase with samples and brochures all over Latin America. Now, that was 30 years ago. I remember traveling 30 years ago to any country. Let's say that I landed in Guatemala. And let's say that the plane had 200 seats. So 200 people were getting into Guatemala. And I remember there were 190 people that were landing there, that they were locals. They were coming back to their country to visit family, to work. So 190 people were locals. The other 10 people, interesting. 4 of them were missionaries from God knows what religion. It doesn't matter. Christians, Muslims, Buddhist, missionaries. So there were 4 missionaries, and the other 4 people were mostly people from the U.S. government, either the DEA, the FBI, the IRS, some sort of police. So we had 190 people that were locals, 8 people that were working for the U.S. government, and 2 Americans that were hippies. And that was the happy people. So that was the plane anywhere where I travel in Latin America on my years as a sales manager. I would go to another country. Let's say that I was going to Venezuela. More or less the same setup. There were the plane had 200 seats. There were 190 Venezuelans. The other 4 were missionaries from any religions: Muslim, Catholics, Christians, Buddhists. The other 4 were from some branch of the U.S. government: FBI, DEA, CIA, IRS, you name it. And 2 hippies. That's it, 2 hippies. Travel today. Travel today to any place in Latin America. Travel today. What a big change. What a big change. You land in Peru, same plane, 200 seats. There are 190 hippies now. People from all over the world traveling to see the beautiful mountains of Peru. People from all over the world traveling to see the coffee region of Colombia. People from all over the world traveling to see the beautiful jungles of Guatemala. And the locals are far less. Now you have 180 foreigners, 180 hippies going there to explore nature. And I say hippies in a good way. People of any ages just exploring this beautiful planet. And you don't see that much police anymore. So we change. We have changed as a planet. You can see it on the airports when you travel internationally. It is totally different. The people traveling, the energy, the joy, the grace, it is just beautiful to see. It surprises me how youth has changed. Now the youth, the young professionals, now they can say, hey boss, I am working from online, I am working from home anyway, so please allow me a month to go and work from Argentina. And they are working from Argentina. Hey boss, I am working online, I am working from home anyway, let me go and work this month from Peru. They are working from Peru. And my son, he is a professional, he works in Washington, D.C. He went with his girlfriend to work from Medellin, Colombia, and they enjoy the time there. Those things didn't happen 30 years ago. You travel overseas only for work, to do what is important, or to visit family. Now it's totally different. There is a joy, there is a grace, there is a beauty that you can experience in so many facets of life. We have changed. We are changing. And the pace of change is not going to slow down. The pace of change is going to accelerate. Pace of change is going to be faster. We are going to have more grace, more beauty, more softness, more joy, more balance, more clarity on the coming years. This beautiful spring equinox, please enjoy it. Please celebrate it. What is coming is more of your own light. What is coming is more of your own divinity. What is coming is more of your own essence. What is coming is more of your own Christ consciousness. And guess what? It's not what you expected. It is not what you expected. Your own soul, your own essence, your own divinity also has a huge component of innocence, of exploring, of opening the eyes with this surprising itself with this beautiful experience. Welcome the new level of sensuality in your life. Sensuality, we came to this life to have a sensual experience, to touch, to hear, to sense, to smell, to taste. So enjoy that sensual experience of this life, and just the simplicity of appreciating a night, a flower, a tree, a friendship, a hug, a kiss, a meal, a delicious meal, a good drink. That is coming, that innocence. So, when we invite our soul, our true self, no, it's not what we thought. It's not a bigger computer. It's not a bigger iPhone. It's not a bigger TV set. It's not a car with a bigger, more contaminating engine. What we are inviting in this spring equinox is more clear crystal water, clear crystal energy of our own soul, of our own divinity, of our own essence. And that will bring changes. Well, welcome the changes. Welcome that new life. Welcome this new essence. Welcome this new style, because it's needed. We've been too long in the same thing, repeating day after day after day after day the same lives. Waking up, putting on the clothes, going to work, paying bills. Next day, repeat. Wake up, take a shower, put on clothes, go to work, repeat. So, invite this beautiful, celebrate this beautiful spring equinox. Is coming with a gift, is coming with a beautiful gift, is coming with the gift. That gift is your true self. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be at the beginning a little bit, but it's going to be just what you need, what you are ready to receive. So receive it and open the arms to that, and let's begin all to flower, to bloom as each of us truly is. If I am a blue flower, I'll bloom in blue. If I am a purple flower, I'll bloom in purple. If I am a yellow flower, I'll bloom in yellow. So let's allow this beautiful, graceful energy of ourself, of our divinity, of our essence, invited in this beautiful spring equinox. Nice time to be with family, to be with friends, to have a fireplace and just enjoy the true nature of ourselves. That beauty, that love, that feeling that we have for a family member is going to be the same beauty, love, care that we have for a person of a different race, of a different ethnicity, of a different profession, of a different country. We are beginning to sense that energy within us, that clarity, that love, that pure water is that love that we sense for our pet, for our kid, also for other people that have a different journey than ours. And as we begin to embrace these different people with a different race, profession, ethnicity, we begin to have a new understanding of life, and the planet begins to change. And I welcome you to this new spring equinox, and embrace your true self, your higher self, your divinity, your essence, your wider self. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you for sharing this beautiful time. I really appreciate that you are taking your time to be with here at Guidepost. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.